Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're doing well. My name is UHD King, or I play 4K, AK, I play 8K, AK, I play 16K. And during this video I'm going to introduce and demonstrate Unreal Tournament 3 PC game. It's going to be Unreal Tournament 3 Black Edition, which is pretty much comes with additional DLC, but the same Unreal Tournament 3 PC game running Unreal game engine, Unreal 3 game engine. I'm going to demonstrate it, guys, in 8K video resolution, 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio, and 2 Titan RTX video cards in SLI, plus Intel i9 9900K overclock at 5.1 GHz with only 8 physical cores. Hyper threading technology is disabled, so 8 physical cores, 8 physical threads, only physical cores, the fastest possible cores. At the left top corner, data self-explanatory. We're going to talk a lot about it. And I'm going to run just a simple benchmark. I recorded the demo. I'm going to share this demo with you. I'm going to upload it so you can download it. While I'm going to dominate at the level H, the old school level, and I'm going to dominate it, and we're going to test it in the future while we're going to benchmark in the 8K, 10K, 12K, and 16K video resolution. Unreal Tournament 3 PC game is not that popular any longer, but it's still a king of the Unreal 3 game engine. And just to see how the Unreal 3 game engine is doing under DirectX 9 API, under all kind of different hardware, this is what we're going to test in the future with the future video cards, future processors, future PC systems, even the mobile devices such as iOS devices and Android devices such as iPad and Android tablets. So as you can see, I'm running 7680 times 4320 windowed mode. Windowed mode because we're going to test it with the future mobile devices, and it's better windowed mode, so it's not going to flicker. Unreal Tournament 3 PC game is locked. Let me zoom in for you. Actually, I'm going to use my Microsoft Magnifier Zoom tool. It's locked to 10,240 pixels by 5,760 pixels. You cannot go above than that. It's locked through the artificial lock by the game engine, by the developers, due to DirectX 9 API supports all the way to 16K video resolution. But if you're going to bring the game into the windowed mode, it's going to run the resolution of the desktop instead of resolution that you're going to set. And right now my desktop set to 8K UHD, but in the future I'm also going to demonstrate 10K, 12K, and 16K UHD video resolution with 2 Titan RTX video cards and a single Titan RTX video card as well. Alright, so it's going to be maximum possible visuals. Let me real quick go ahead and demonstrate it for you. Make sure that screen percent is set all the way to 100%. It says 100% over here. As you can see, the font size is so small. Believe me, the game is runnable in 16K UHD, 16K video resolution, and it's going to be amazing under 16K video resolution, and 2 Titan RTX video cards in SLI in Nvidia two-way SLI can bring a playable performance actually. It's runnable, but this is the 8K UHD. Alright, so maximum possible visuals. I'm gonna stop that. This is how we're gonna test it. And under the community, go ahead and download the demo playback. I'm going to include the demo benchmark, my demo benchmark by UHD King. I'm going to upload it and include in video description or in the video comments underneath of this video if you're watching it on YouTube. So let's go ahead and guys keep going. I'm recording with Nvidia ShadowPlay. Nvidia ShadowPlay is hacked or modified. It's capable to record in 8K UHD. So please go ahead and watch this video in 8K UHD. So you want to press F10 and then you want to do the behind view. One word and 2 words, but just write it as one word, behind view, without any spaces, and it's gonna bring the camera just the way you're playing it. This is my demonstration that I recorded just to benchmark Unreal Tournament 3 PC game. and this is the demo file that we're going to use over the UHDking.com YouTube channel in the future benchmarks, especially when we're talking 8K and 16K video resolution. As you can see, the nickname was like 15,360 times 8,640 UHDking.com. And as again, I'm going to share it with you guys in the video description or video comments underneath of this video. Download it and benchmark it for yourself. Crazy FPS while recording. It's over 200 FPS at some point I just saw. Please keep in mind that while I'm recording, Nvidia ShadowPlay is taxing about 6%, 7% of the FPS. This is how it does it on average. So I would say just go ahead and add about 10 FPS to the FPS counter while it's not recording. Exactly like 10 FPS for this particular FPS, because it's like 7% and we're almost reaching like 200 FPS, but sometimes it's like 170, 190 on average. The data at the left up corner is self-explanatory, guys. Every single value of the variables are verified. It's dynamic, updated every single second, reading directly from the hardware, and so precise. So the CPU is overclocked to 5.1 gigahertz. It's Intel Gen 9 9900K. So from 3.6 gigahertz per each core, it's overclocked to 5.1 gigahertz, and hyper-threading technology is disabled in the BIOS. However, it's running stable, 8 physical cores, 8 physical threads, more than enough. As you can see, utilization will never reach even 50%. So we are healthy, we're pushing healthy bandwidth as well, while utilizing those two Nvidia TU102 GPUs that are powering each Titan RTX video card, and each of those TU102 GPU Turing GPU architecture flagship GPUs by Nvidia, featuring 4,608 CUDA cores. Same GPU that on a top flagship Quadro video cards, such as Quadro RTX 6000 video card, that is identical video card that is Titan RTX. Unfortunately, you cannot flash the BIOS because Quadro RTX 6000 video card has 24 GB of error checking video RAM, while Titan RTX video card has 24 GB of video RAM GDDR6 but no error checking, so it's unregistered video RAM GDDR6. So Quadro RTX 8000 video card featuring 48 GB of video RAM, but the same TU102 GPU with the 4608 CUDA cores, same cache, everything's just the same, guys. So this is the flagship of the gaming video card when it comes to Nvidia Turing GPU architecture. 8K video resolution, totally dominating. As you can see, latency delay, that MS by the FPS, it's a latency delay, stands for milliseconds. The lower value is better. So below 10 milliseconds there is no stuttering, no lag, but above 15 milliseconds is when stuttering or lag starts. Above 30 milliseconds you're going to feel stuttering or lag, and about 300 milliseconds it's a slideshow, like PowerPoint slideshow, 3 frames per second, something like that. 1 second has 1000 milliseconds, so hopefully guys you got an idea. So first GPU is not even utilized at 80%, secondary GPU is 97-98%. So secondary GPU, secondary video card is utilized perfectly, but almost perfectly, but good utilization, excellent utilization. But first one is not, and the reason why, I believe we bottleneck to our CPU. Intel 9 Gen flagship CPUs such as Intel Core i9 9900K, even when it's overclocked to 5.1 GHz, doesn't have enough bandwidth and enough instruction per clock, external overall instruction per clock, to utilize 9,216 cores total output of those two Titan RTX video cards. So we are bottlenecked through our CPU, so you need to have faster CPU, and I believe that 10,900K, which is a little bit faster instruction per clock, also won't be able to utilize it fully. I believe that you need to have 13,900K to be able to utilize the first GPU at 92, maybe 95%, while the second one will be like 99% secondary GPU. But Intel Gen 12 CPUs and Intel Gen 13 CPUs, such as Intel 12 Gen, such as 12,900K, flagship i9 and Intel 13 gen such as 13900K i9 are not featuring certified SLI, certified Nvidia SLI on its chipsets of the motherboards Z690 and Z790. So it would be impossible to run SLI unless you're going to modify and hack the NVIDIA driver to be able to run SLI even when SLI is not certified on a chipset. It is possible to do that, but it requires some modification, so it's not going to be natively through the driver. And it's kind of hard to do. So I would say the Intel 10 Gen will be the last CPU that's supporting NVIDIA SLI certified, and today you just watched the last moment, the last dinosaur. The last will be RTX 3090 video card or RTX 3090 Ti video card in SLI. But Titan RTX is the flagship of the Turing GPU architecture, the last moment fully supporting as gaming video card SLI. And SLI is supporting on the DirectX 9, DirectX 12, and DirectX 11 APIs. DirectX 12 API doesn't support SLI, and it's only supporting multiple GPUs, and developers must to set the multiple GPUs capabilities, but it doesn't support natively SLI, just like DirectX 9, DirectX 10, and DirectX 11 API. So that's why NVIDIA decided not to support SLI, because the whole API, DirectX 12 API, supports multiple GPUs, and all what developers must to do just utilize those multiple GPU classes, and developers are lazy. So NVIDIA decided not to invest their time if developers doesn't want to invest their time to make their games available to more systems. Hopefully guys this makes sense. So this is the system that I was running today. Two Titan RTXs was running completely stock, but fan rotation was running 100%. They were, as you can see, synchronized. So this is the EVGA64 GPU benchmark and EVGA64 cache memory benchmark. NS stands for the nanoseconds. It's also latency delay. The low value is better, just like MS throughout the test, milliseconds, but NS nanoseconds even faster than that. Low value is better. So let me real quick go ahead and show you the system. 5100 megahertz or 5.1 gigahertz external maximum frequency and external AVX2 frequency as well. So it's synchronized, it will never lowering itself down because usually AVX2 instruction frequency is lower than external maximum frequency when it comes to Intel Gen 9 CPUs. 3200 megahertz, which is 1600 megahertz times 2, 3200 megahertz, but not CL16, not CL14, not even CL13, CL11. The low value is better, 1T command. One step under the step down on the CL will be like 200 megahertz as minimum when it comes to DDR4. So you can imagine how fast this memory. Dual channel 128-bit, running 4 sticks, 8 gigabytes, 4800 megahertz on the cache frequency. That's level 3rd cache was running 4800 megahertz versus 3600 megahertz, and it's decreased the latency delay as well. So read and write and copy bandwidth when this CPU is running stock is 40,000 megabytes per second. This is how it's certified by Intel. Maximum output is 42,000 megabytes per second read, write, and copy bandwidth. As you can see, I push additional 4,000 megabytes per second or 4 gigabytes per second faster through the overclock, but it still wasn't enough to utilize the two Titan RTX in the under the gaming 3D rendering real-time APIs such as DirectX 9 API. So I would assume you need to have high instruction per clock, which is newer generation CPU. As again, I believe that 13,900K will be Gucci, or as 14,900K for sure will be Gucci, because that CPU is 50% faster clock per clock than Intel Gen 9. Or you can increase the impulsing by overclocking the CPU, and today I did just that. From 3.6 I overclocked to 5.1, but wasn't fast enough. So I believe for Intel Gen 9 to utilize two Titan RTX completely, and this is what we saw guys almost in all the games that running SLI. Keep in mind the same system is utilizing RTX 2080 Ti video card, which is RTX 2080 Ti video card in SLI at 97% per video card. So additional 512 CUDA cores, 556 CUDA cores of Turing GPU architecture that comes additionally on each Titan RTX, total 512 CUDA cores, Turing CUDA cores by NVIDIA. 512 of them is pretty much complicating the whole process and bottlenecking through our CPU. Our CPU is not fast enough to utilize it. This is what I assume after testing the two Titan RTX in SLI, while RTX 2080 Ti was running much better utilization. So if we are not utilizing our GPU 1 and GPU 2 at 99, 100%, that means that we are losing or idling those type of cores, CUDA cores. That is the percentage that we're losing. So if it's like 80%, that means utilized, that means 20% not utilized, and 20% are idling and wasted. Keep that in mind. All right. So 512 CUDA cores is almost like RTX 2060 video card. It's a lot. All right, but still great FPS. FPS almost average without the recording. While recording like 180 FPS as you saw. Great scalability. Let me real quick go ahead and share with you the SLI profile. Let me finish the whole deal over here. So this was the DDR4 5000 MHz Corsair, but unstable on the Z390 chipset motherboard because I believe it's a Micron chips. That's why, because when it comes to DDR4, about 4000 MHz frequency, you gotta have Samsung B chips for DDR4, and it's Micron. Micron loves the hates the frequency, but love the latency, and I believe I utilize it the best possible ways. Two Titan RTXs and SLI. Guys, coming in real time, artificial intelligence removing some noise out of my mic because I'm sitting to the open case. The video cards was thermal throttling and they were running so hot because there is no space to breathe between them. It's only two-way bridge, and two cards bridge. It's one slot empty, and its hot air was like hot. But I was using the, as you can see, 200mm Cool Master fan, but it wasn't enough to cool it. It's still running Founders Edition dual fan design, but GPU was using liquid metal thermal compound paste by Thermal Grizzly, and video RAM was using the Arctic Silver thermal compound paste for video RAM, while the CPU was water cooled by the Corsair H150i Pro water cooler, which is 360mm radiator and 3 Corsair fans. Also was running on liquid metal thermal compound paste by Thermal Grizzly, which is the best. So this was all the modifications, open case. Let me show you the profile real quick. As you can see, I'm using the Windows magnifier tool a lot, and you can see how clear it is. So we are running natively 8K UHD, especially when I'm zooming into 8K UHD, it's so clear. So first of all, drivers was set at quality. So it's running nice and clean. For those naysayers, two Titan RTXs and SLI enabled. So you want to make sure SLI enabled. So when the chipset is not going to support SLI certified, and when you're going to install the driver, let's say an Intel 13 Gen CPU, it's not going to say SLI enabled and going to give you the option, even if you're going to have two RTX 2080 Ti video cards, or two Titan RTXs, or two RTX 3090, which is RTX 30 series, the next generation. But today you watch the first generation of the RTX video cards, such as RTX 20 series flagship, top of the line video card, Titan RTX, which is faster than RTX 2080 Ti video card, and an SLI, two of them. So here's the profile, pretty simple, guys. As you can see, SLI with two GTX 1080 Ti and SLI, guys, scaling 100% in this game under 8K UHD video resolution with the same Intel Gen 9 i9 9900K. I tested it. 99% per GPU is excellent. So this profile is excellent. I'm going to share this profile at SLIready.com or SLIreadygames.com, one of my projects dedicated to multiple NVIDIA video cards supporting SLI and how to enable the SLI even if the games doesn't support SLI by default. It's going to be a project. So if you have multiple video cards by NVIDIA that's supporting SLI, you want to subscribe for that project for sure. SLIready.com or SLIreadygames.com. Don't miss it out. So global setting profile was like basic. I used a single GPU instead of NVIDIA recommended for SLI because when I'm running Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, it's flickering because it doesn't understand the SLI any longer. Developers not supporting the SLI rendering. So if it's going to flicker on you when you're having multiple video cards, just switch over here on the global settings to single GPU and it's going to be fixed. Reboot the computer. But set to prefer maximum performance. Okay, then under the program settings, this is when you're creating the profile. As again, I didn't use any third-party tools. I didn't use the NVIDIA inspector. I just used the NVIDIA driver. You're going to click add, select the folder when you install your Unreal Tournament 3. It's going to be a Steam version, Unreal Tournament 3 Black Edition, but pretty much the same as Unreal Tournament 3, but Black Edition has more DLCs to it, more characters and such available. So gonna smash the pause button. This is how I said, but pretty much all what I did. Background application max frame rate 200 FPS, max frame rate 1000 FPS, and I believe that Unreal Tournament 3 at least can go all the way to 300 FPS, because I saw sometimes 250 FPS, sometimes for a couple of seconds, so it's not limited at 200 FPS, keep that in mind. And you gotta disable the enable smoothing frames under the menu of Unreal Tournament 3, otherwise it's going to stuck at 62 FPS. Keep that in mind. It's like even if VSync is disabled, but if you're gonna enable the frame smoothing, it's going to go maximum up to 62 FPS. So do the advanced settings just exactly I did during this video. It was disabled, never enabled on the FPS smoothing. Keep that in mind. And VSync should be off to demonstrate maximum possible FPS. I was outputting it to the Samsung 8K UHD 60 Hz screen. Anyways, power management you want to set to prefer maximum performance. Do not set to optimal power, adaptive power. And SLI rendering you want to set to force alternative frame rendering too. This is very important. Sometimes it can be forced AFR too. Go ahead and make sure to select that. Do not select the Nvidia SLI recommended. Okay, and everything else will be just like that. Go ahead and smash that pause button, and that's it. You can execute the game and enjoy the game, even if online already not available, but you can still play this game on LAN. It's an old school game. I have a lot of memories with that game, not with Unreal Tournament 3, but a lot with Unreal Tournament and Unreal Tournament 2013, a little bit with 2014, but 2013 was like an Unreal Tournament from 1999 was like amazing, guys. All right, so I decided to go ahead and demonstrate it to you because I demonstrated to you the raw performance of the Unreal Engine 3 as well. All right, so as again 10K, 12K, and 16K video resolution, world's first 16K video resolution. I'm pretty sure that 8K video resolution in Unreal Tournament 3 while running SLI is the first video on YouTube, but just in case if it's not, then a 16K video resolution will be the first one in SLI, even without the SLI, and it's going to be a world record. Will be available very soon over UHDking.com. Go ahead and check it out. But go ahead and support me, guys. Smash that like button, share it with your friends, subscribe, positive comments, and yeah. Now you know exactly why UHD King, and a lot of value provided. Keep in mind that I'm running on my own pocket. Nobody is supporting me, so I need to have your support. I'm also giving some game aways. I'm going to give some hardware aways, but I'm looking to have your support. So visit my sponsors. I'm going to collect those pennies, and I'm going to invest back into you, all right? So that's it, guys. Have a good morning, good day, good afternoon. Check out the video comments to related videos underneath, and I will see you guys till the next videos. Till the next time.